Hey, what's up, guys? This is your RacePace coach, and today we will go over some of the mistakes that I made when I was doing RacePace training. Okay, so the first mistake I did was dividing for target time. Okay, so again, I was dividing my swimmers' fastest times depending on the race pace, say like 100 race pace. So the swimmer does a 1 minute for the event, and I would divide their times by four because there's four laps in a 100. So you divide that by four and then you get 15, and I would be using that as their target time. Okay. The reason why I changed it because when I divide, I wasn't factoring in the dive start speed and the distance that the dive would travel, and the speed that how the swimmer would dive in and go through the water. Okay, so I didn't factor in that time. So um you know in in the USRPT, there's some USRPT videos out there, just telling you to divide target times to get your time, and that's what I followed at first when I was researching USRPT and wanting to start USRPT with my kids at practice. Okay, so I don't divide target times anymore. I use split times, the swimmer splits for 100 race pace. I use their second 50 split. For 200 race pace, I use their third and fourth 50 split averaged, and then the others are in the other videos or in my race pace 101 course that I teach. Okay, so that's the first mistake, and um, so one of the I guess the consequences of dividing your target times is that the swimmers are swimming at a target time that's a bit too fast for them because of the dive start, factoring the dive start. So they were missing a lot more, and you could see that it was affecting their endurance, their race pace endurance when it came to swimming the last 25 in hundreds or doing the 200 races at swim meets, and of course the distance events too. Okay, so that's one of my first mistakes, and then the second mistake is the first five. So when a swimmer misses and rests, they're not supposed to. So when a swimmer misses two in a row or three, that means they're done with the whole set. So what I didn't know, or it took me a while to figure out, and a lot of rereading of the USRPT documentations, is that the swimmers are not supposed to count their misses after until after number five. So say here after number five. Okay, so say the target time of the swimmer is 30. Okay, so swimmer does 30 and then 31. That's a miss, rest, and then say they do it again, 31, miss, rest. This is two in a row, and some of my swimmers were doing this when I first started race pace training, and it kind of killed their race pace endurance, especially for the 200 race, and they would just stop at number five. But since I figured out, since I reread the USRPT documentations over and over again, I found this first five, and even if they miss two in a row, they would still have to keep going until they miss two in a row or three after number five. Miss, rest. Okay, so see, this is a two in a row miss. This is a two in a row miss, but after number five. Okay, it's before before number 5, so you don't count it towards their miss. You only count this part. Okay, so that's when I after doing this, after not after counting the miss, rest, and stopping sets after number 5, my swimmers' performance did improve, and it did get a lot better. Their endurance, race pace endurance got a lot better. Okay, so these are these are some of the few mistakes I made at the beginning of race pace when I started race pace 5 years ago. Um, yeah, and it took me a lot of rereading and understanding on how to implement race pace training. And those race pace documentations are really long, and they're kind of there's a lot of big words in there, and there's a lot of information that people have to read through and process, and it gets quite time consuming. And you know when you're a beginner, as a beginner coach going into race pace, you really don't want to be reading um, all those documentations and rereading it. So that's why I created the RacePace 101 course to teach you guys in a short, fast way, how to implement a RacePace program for your swimmers. Okay, so check out that course. It's in the link description below. It's in Teachable. My Teachable school is called RacePace University, which offers the RacePace 101 course. So go check that out. Okay. If you like this video, hit the like button. Please share this video and subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.